Did you know The Crown is actually actors?
No way.
They're out.
Hello, my brothers of all of four of us. I am also a Jonas brother.
Nick, you want some eggs?
No, I'm all good, bro. I'm having an acai bowl.
It's actually pronounced acai.
I think it's pronounced fuck up.
Haha, good one. It's acai.
Acai?
Acai.
Keen.
Okay, can we please
God,
just
you
stop?
smell bad.
You know what? We should not be arguing like this.
Nick Jonas is Nick. Kevin, one of the you guys are right. We're right. We shouldn't argue. Throw a pancake.
A splash of cum.
What's up, Jonas Brothers?
Kick these balls.
Jonas, 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 Jonas,
Jonas, Jonas.
Jonas, 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 Jonas. Lilly Singh.
Hi, and welcome to the roast of Lilly Singh roasting the Jonas Brothers, featuring the Jonas Brothers. I know that title is a bit convoluted, but in a few minutes you're gonna see what I mean. Lilly Singh's back. And of course I heard about her because I am the Lilly Singh whisperer, so to speak. I haven't talked about her in a long time because the last I've heard of her is that her show, Late Night with Lilly Singh, had a season 2, then no season renewed because she got cancelled. And I know a lot of people were laughing at that and saying, haha, good for her, but I was sad. I genuinely think that a YouTuber doing something on Netflix or getting an actual show is a great thing. She tried, it didn't work out, but you gotta give her props for that. So I'm giving her her props. At the same time, I wanna make this very clear. These are my honest and true feelings. Lilly Singh is kinda like Plankton in the episode of SpongeBob Band Geeks.
How many of you have played musical instruments before?
Do instruments of torture count?
No.
That's how I feel about Lilly. Every time she talks, I get tortured a little more and want to jump off any bridge. But it actually gets worse. She's sort of like Plankton in the fact that people who talk louder think that they're correct.
And I know just how to speak their language.
Lilly Potter, tell me, how I put this Mimi on the WhatsApp program, huh?
I don't get it.
Her humor is not so much funny as it is loud and in your face. And while I'm sure that's a style, I don't think it's really one that's adaptable. Now, when she adapts that style into roasts, lots of them come off as really cynical, vile, crude, disgusting, and humorless. Nothing has changed. I gotta tell you, my first video on Lilly Singh was a roast video. She roasted some people from the NBA and it was tragic, and it was one of the first videos I've ever done. Almost 2 years later, she's now roasting the Jonas Brothers on a show that sucks so bad I have to roast the actual roast. Cause I don't know if you've seen this, it's on Netflix, and the whole show is horrible. Today we're gonna look at Lilly Singh's roast, but also the whole damn thing itself, because I think it's worth looking at. Also, for old time's sake, I believe we have to play the Lilly Singh game. I wrote a little list of things that I think she's gonna say. This is before I watched it, just by the way. I think she's gonna talk about herself for no reason. Seems like something she always does.
Oh, right. I'm famous.
Of course, a bisexual woman of color. I think we all have that one.
I started dating girls.
White people. She's gonna say white people. She's gonna say it.
I know like 9 white Sarahs.
Trying to be relatable to poor people. This is a new one that I've noticed, but she always tries to tell you like, oh, you know, I bought my clothes from this place, or these shoes were not that expensive. And then she'll flex later on and be like, I bought courtside seats to Toronto game. So she's trying to be relatable to everyone to just make it work, but I don't know. Nothing wrong with making money, Lilly. I think it's great that you have a lot of money. Just don't act like you don't. Here's something that I've noticed. No, but seriously, followed by a really bad joke.
But in all seriousness, maybe I shouldn't be joking about this because one of the biggest fears of white America is that minorities
Are coming.
And last but not least, probably some brown joke, and I'm gonna wager because Priyanka Chopra's in this, it's gonna be something to do with her. Probably gonna be them calling each other twins, or I don't know. But those are my things. Play along at home if you're not already playing with yourself. Probably shouldn't have said that. Oh, wow. We're back on it. Lilly Singh. And for all of you who are new to the channel, hi, I'm 16leo. I'm the Lilly Singh whisperer sometimes. Before we get started, like I said, I started my career with Lilly Singh, so if you would like to subscribe, we're in December now. My goal is to get to 500,000 subscribers. I don't know how possible that is, but with your help, it might be achievable. So thanks. If you can subscribe or get a friend too, I would really appreciate that. If not, fuck you. Sorry. But first, I'd like to thank Raycon for supporting this video and so many of my other videos this year. Is this your first time hearing about Raycon earbuds? Have you been hiding? Living under a rock? Go back and watch my other videos. But in case you're new here, Let me break it down for you. These suckers offer 8 hours of playtime on a single charge, or 32 hours of battery life when you use it in its charging case. And they come in at half the price of other premium earbuds without compromising quality whatsoever. The new rubber oil look of their everyday earbuds has a nice smooth feel to them, yet offers a good grip. They come in a variety of gel tips, so you're sure to find the right fit for your ears. And a built-in mic allows you to take calls with a press of a button. They'll even give you a 45-day happiness guarantee to try them out and see how you like them. These come everywhere with me, whether I'm doing stuff around the house or out and about grocery shopping. Right now, click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/sixteenleo and use the code HOLIDAY for 15% off your Raycon order. You'll be supporting my channel and improving your earbud game at the very same time. Thanks, Raycon. So like I said, this will be sort of a different video. Like, I am going to talk about Lilly Singh, but also about the whole roast itself, because unlike most roasts, this one sort of has skits and doesn't really have many roasters. It just has faded pop stars. Unlike the roast of Justin Bieber, nobody else actually came to roast him. In fact, the roast master himself, Jeff Ross, did not partake in this, and he has not missed a single roast in the last 15 years. It's much less a roast and more a gathering of some narcissistic people who just want to make light humor off themselves and hype them up after the end of every joke. It's tragic, it's horrible, and I can't believe I sat down to watch it.
Okay, boys. You want to do this? Let's take it to the basement.
I'm not sure how many roasts that I've seen opened with a skit. First of all, they go to Fight Club.
First rule.
Bicker.
Then they all become Thor for some reason.
Oh, you thought I was gonna be Loki?
I believe they go to Camp Rock, and then it just starts. None of it's funny, it's horrible, and it just wastes time. An hour long of the show, and the first 10 minutes is this full of crap that tries to show off that the Jonas Brothers actually can be funny, which is such a big fucking fail that it is laughable itself. Okay, these guys are musicians. Do I get Dennis Rodman to do my taxes?
Dennis Taxman.
If I did that, I would be so broke. I would owe the government so much money. There are certain people who can't do certain things, like Lilly Singh, for instance. Can't do comedy. And then Jonas Brothers. I'll tell you about them now. They also suck.
You're late for your vagina steaming.
A little bit. So anyway, after that abomination of an intro, the show starts with our boy Kenan Thompson, who is the host of the night. And while I absolutely love Kenan Thompson and think he's fantastic on SNL,
I have a harem of young girls, and I started a cult.
I don't think he is the comedian for the roast sessions. Just like I don't think Jeff Ross is good at SNL.
My favorite food is corn. Hurry up!
They're both not the same or interchangeable. Kenan's a very nice dude. Him roasting people is very mediocre and tame. It doesn't come off in the best light here. I know he's trying his best, he's a lovable guy, but it's just, this feels like a Disney roast of the Jonas Brothers, which honestly, I would love to have watched Miley Cyrus be like, "You're a poo-poo head," and then turn into a Hannah Montana and be like,
"What I mean to say, motherfucker, is you crazy?"
I would love to see that, but that didn't happen. They don't have any roasters. The only official 2 roasters that came on were Lilly Singh and this guy called Jack Whitehall, which I thought you would have a problem with because his last name had white in it.
Here are real things that white people have said to me.
Those are the 2 only official people. Pete Davidson makes a small cameo and one other person makes a cameo who I will not spoil for you. You're gonna have to watch to the end. One of my favorite people of all time. As well as,
Maybe you could do it for me. Me? Yep, of course.
the Jonas Brothers' wives, who are not comedians. They're just people. I'm just saying, this was not a good idea. But anyway, Netflix decided to give them money. Let's see what happens.
Welcome to the family. Here we go. Kevin, Joe, and Nick, otherwise known as Joe and Nick and Kevin, otherwise known as Nick and Kevin and Joe. Do you smoke weed?
So Kenan Thompson starts off the roasting with some general purpose questions.
How are you feeling? You are looking forward to tonight or what?
Yeah, we're nervous.
There's lots of things for nerves. Do you smoke weed?
Oh yeah, I'm high as shit right now.
It's getting real.
To which Joe is like, "Hell yeah, I'm Snoop Dogg, man." Whoa, sorry, man. My bad. Just a little too much weed. I thought, whew, almost said the word. I guess he smokes weed. Oh, good. An ex-Disney star smoking anything or doing anything? That's a first. Then he starts making fun of their clothing.
Decorative scarves still didn't distract from their glorious hair. Oh. Yeah. Nick, what's up with the hat, man?
I don't know.
I don't even know what to say. They were the Jonas Brothers in 2007. Fashion was different. It doesn't even look that bad. They just look like cringy teens, which everybody was, so I really have no problem with that. But then Keenan starts reading memes.
Let's look at the loneliest Jonas. Kevin, when you plan to meet your friend somewhere and you're the first one to show.
When you have to do a roast and you put a meme up and you start reading what it says, you're done, son. Get out.
We're getting roasty.
I'm not a good roaster. I don't like roasting people. Roast a Leo here. I don't. If they had to get me in the show, I'd be like, Kevin Jonas looks like Chris Prattful because his face is mangled up. Like, okay, great, good roast. Kevin's the ugly one.
We're getting roasty.
Nick Jonas can't sing. Like Zayn Malik, if Zayn Malik had a tumor in his throat. And Joe Jonas, I don't know about him. I don't really even know what he is. So there's a good roast. Keenan just read some memes. If they're so likable, why do they want a roast? That's my question. Why was this whole show even necessary? Nice, good people. Does anybody even need to roast them? Because I don't actually have a problem with them. Saying the Jonas Brothers are not good musicians is like saying air is breathable. Like, yes, they're fucking slightly better than Nickelback. And to be honest with you, I like how you remind me more. I would not like to be reminded of the Jonas Brothers. Maybe just leave them alone.
Joe Jonas, the Mitt Romney of the Jonas Brothers. Looks like a glass of milk came to life. It's a fun fact that Joe once said in an interview that his favorite website is youtube.com. Really living on the cutting edge there.
It's because he said youtube.com? Because he said it correctly? Oh man, you're grasping at straws. If the host is like this, then the roast masters are just gonna be horrible. Like, for instance, in Justin Bieber's roast.
No wonder he's got moves. He was in the womb dodging a coat hanger.
They really went at him, and it was at a time when he was at the apex of his popularity, and lots of people were like,
You become a cocky little shit.
I want to see this guy get taken down a peg or two. When Charlie Sheen got the roast done of him, he was drinking Tiger Blood.
Tiger Blood, man.
They went ham.
Charlie, if you're winning, then this must not be a child custody hearing.
But like the Jonas Brothers have faded into obscurity, then came back, made a song, and that is it. I don't understand what warrants us to roast them. They didn't do anything wrong or right. They're just here. That's like me roasting my friend Calvin.
Hello.
Hey Calvin, man, you suck. Fuck your hairline. You don't even work that hard. And now Calvin's just crying because he didn't do anything to deserve that. He wasn't bad or nice to me. Anyway, I don't think that I got roasted enough, so Lilly Singh is about to come on. Hold on to your pants.
Nick, Big Dick Nick Jonas. And it's especially impressive to keep it up for over 15 years. So I salute you. Great singer, great actor, big dick. You almost don't blame him for breaking up the band in 2013.
You know what? I don't blame him. In fact, I salute him for breaking up the band. I wish he fucking stuck through that one. This is not like when the Beatles break up and you're like, what is going to happen? They got back together. Keenan, can you just move on, Keenan?
Ladies, the wonderful Lilly Singh.
Woo! Lilly Singh, everyone. Woo! I've never been so excited to see her. That was so tragic that I'm excited to see Lilly Singh. And even better, she's wearing a literal green suit. Do you know what that means? It means we can meme the fuck out of her by chroma keying it. Jacob, go ham. Honestly, this is gonna be amazing. I didn't write that one down. She pretended to fall while she was walking. She forgot how to do rudimentary functions of human motor behavior skills. Great. That's a hell of a joke to start. You know the classic, I forgot how to walk in between walking? It's a regular 1920s comedy. Love it. That's one way to start. I know, this is the question I ask myself, why does she look like a green M&M? Never blame her for dressing the way she wants. I think the suits look kind of cool. Not sure why it's so baggy. She does look a little bit like she's coming out of the 2000s, but so do the Jonas Brothers, so it's just the color that amazes me. I'm so glad she decided to put this on the internet. Now we can have fun with it.
It is such an honor to be part of the Jonas Brothers family roast. Man.
Oh, hold up. Wait. I was actually daydreaming for a second. I zoned out already. Why are you part of a Jonas Brothers roast? Where do you fit into this? Are you their friend? Are you their foe? Are you their family? How the hell did they get you and nobody else? Do the Jonas Brothers have no other friends? When they had the roast of Justin Bieber, Shaq came along. For the Jonas Brothers, they had Lilly Singh. If you wanted to get YouTube comedians, you should have got Nick Avocado, me, and Linus Tech Tips. Like, why are we getting YouTubers to roast people? Where's
And
Marcus
Marquez
Brownlee
Brown.
when you need him, really? I need him to roast some people. We need Will Smith, the YouTuber, Will Smith, to start roasting people. What happened to him?
Fortnite.
Damn, Jonas Brothers, you're really reaching low into the barrel.
I already feel like a member of the family because at Nick and Priyanka's wedding, Kevin and Joe both said to me, "We're so happy you're marrying our brother Nick."
That's Priyanka Chopra laughing like someone got punched over it. Probably some brown joke involving Priyanka Chopra. Was I right or was I right? I knew it. I knew she saw another brown person and was like, I will not squander the opportunity to relate myself to them. Classic brown humor. Love it. It's not too bad. That wasn't the worst joke. But of course, it never starts that way, does it?
If you don't know me, I'm Lilly Singh. What's up? Thank you.
There it is. On a Jonas Brothers roast video, Lily's gonna talk about herself. This video has nothing to do with her. It's a Jonas Brothers roast, and she's still gonna take the time to be like, for those of you who don't know me, I'm YouTuber Lilly Singh. She introduced herself after Keenan introduced her. That is the epitome of egocentric behavior, isn't it? Hi, I'm Lilly Singh. After someone said,
Lilly Singh.
I love it.
I love the Jonas Brothers so much that I came dressed as Kevin Jonas today.
There we go. Talk about herself for no reason.
I'm YouTuber Lilly Singh.
I'm waiting for the
Bisexual stuff.
As you can see, we both shop at Forever 21.
Priyanka Chopra laughed way too hard at that joke. And let me just reiterate, the joke was that Kevin Jonas and Lilly Singh both shop at Forever 21. That's not a joke, that's just a fact. Not everyone has as much money as Priyanka Chopra. Laughing at someone for having less money or shopping at a place that isn't as good as Gucci or fucking Louis Vuitton seems like the lowest of things to do. Priyanka Chopra seemed to laugh her ass off, so she must have loved that punchline. Lilly Singh, by the way, was trying to be relatable. I don't know if you caught that, but she shops at Forever 21. I don't know if you could see her ring. That's not a Forever 21 ring, but trying to be relatable to quote-unquote poor people. And for those of you who think I'm reaching, I'm going to say it. These are a bunch of rich, entitled people. Bar Keenan and probably Pete Davidson, a lot of them have that behavior about them. If you don't believe me, all you have to do is look at Nick Jonas's hand throughout it. That's not a normal watch on his hand. That's a Richard Mille. Probably about $750,000 US. It's much easier to get roasted lightly by your wife when you know that you're going home to a beautiful life. That's all I'm saying. I don't like when people joke about other people not having money. I shop at my friend's house. I just steal his shit, actually.
Now, I got my start making comedy videos on YouTube. And since then, my career has been filled with ups and downs in an industry that's still predominantly white males.
I am on fucking fire. I'm gonna white people. I should have wrote white males, honestly. I should have wrote white males because it's always men that she hates as well, not just white girls. She takes any chance she gets to rip on white straight males. Cis white males, more like cis white males. That's a Lilly Singh joke. I'm turning into her. Oh my God.
What's up?
Imagine going to a roast of the Jonas Brothers and then talking about your plight and struggles as a bisexual woman of color. Is this the place to do it? I'm a person of color too. I acknowledge the fact it is almost impossible to keep up with certain white people and things. And the Jonas Brothers, if anything, are a staple and example of how easy it is compared to other people about how to get famous. If you are a relatively good-looking white person and you live in America and you get on Disney, you're fine. Jake Paul, Logan Paul. The difference is, it's a roast, Lily.
We're getting ready to
Have some fun.
Yeah, I'm thrilled to finally be on a Netflix comedy special celebrating 3 white guys from New Jersey.
She's right. The only Netflix special that she got is this one so far, and it's basically celebrating 3 white dudes who can barely sing. Good one. I give her that. But at the same time, you didn't have to accept this. You didn't have to. So I don't know who's in the wrong here. I half agree with Lily. I half don't.
And the Jonas Brothers are so white and basic. They're like if White Claw were a person.
I just want to say, it comes off as racist. If you are not the same color of the person, but you have a joke that starts off with, they are so, and then followed by a color that isn't your color, they are so Chinese. Anything I say after that, over. You're so black, over. Every single way.
Joe is so white that when it was time to name his band, he couldn't even spell dance right.
Okay, that was a horrible joke. Initially, I thought Lilly Singh was saying that Joe Jonas is so white that he can't spell the word dance, which is what she's saying. But I didn't understand it. I was like, is she just saying that white people are stupid? And it took me a while. I had to actually consult with a couple of white friends myself. And then they said, oh, it's because he doesn't have rhythm. That's the joke.
walk without rhythm, and we won't attract the worm.
Looks like salad.
He's so bad at rhythm that he can't even spell dance, which would be a decent stereotypical joke, which is what Lily's humor is reduced to, if it didn't take so long to get to it. Why did she not explain that point? Why did I have to do mental gymnastics to understand the joke? When I come to a comedy show, I don't expect to do Einstein physics to get the punchline, Lily. I don't know what to say. That was a really horrible joke. Picking on the fact that they're white. Great. If it was done the opposite way, it would be very bad.
I did love the Jonas Brothers as a teen. And I'll never forget being a young girl staring at a picture of the Jonas Brothers and thinking, maybe I'm into girls.
Kevin been smoking a little bit of the herb behind the scenes, I gotta tell you. I don't know if you caught that. That was a bisexual joke. B-W-O-C, a B-walk. Bisexual woman of color. I don't know if Lilly Singh has ever told you that. Another bisexual joke. Love that one. This is honestly the equivalent of a Lilly Singh speedrun. Almost everything that I've said in under the space of 5 minutes.
This is fun! This is fun!
For who? For you or for the audience? Or this is like waterboarding. I would get bored of waterboarding. I would take that any day. That would be like skiing.
The Jonas Brothers are now in their late 20s and 30s, and I can still grow more facial hair than all of you. Weird flex, but here we are. I know my strengths and weaknesses, okay?
That is a weird flex. Actually, I didn't write that one down. I might as well. Emasculating men. That's a... How about that one? Can't spell it, but emasculating men. Well, I can grow more facial hair than you? What a weird thing to say. If we had a roast of Lilly Singh and I said, hey, I have bigger boobs than you. Like, I don't know, man. It doesn't sit right with me to do that. Okay. She's got that spite and that very cynical humor that comes off as passive-aggressive. It seems like sometimes she says jokes to try and hurt people so that she can feel better about herself. I'm not sure. I'm not a psychologist, but someone else later on in this episode might be. It's racial, it's genderous, it's sort of poor shaming. She's clicking all the boxes right now.
Speaking of weaknesses, Kevin is here. When you see a picture of him next to Nick and Joe, you always think, wow, Nick and Joe are really close with their accountant.
Saying he looks like an accountant is just an insult to most accountants. If you wanted to say he's ugly, you should have just said it. It's a roast. I hate an half-ass roast, okay? I like a double-ass roast.
Nick can't even grow a beard. That's why he married one.
Didn't actually write this one down because this is very different. I don't even think I want to write it down, but I don't think a lot of people understand what a beard is. In the 90s, 80s, and beforehand, being gay, that was your sexual preference, was a very frowned upon thing in many workplaces. Of course it's wrong. It's so fucking stupid. A lot of guys or corporate companies who own the places were straight men. And when they would invite other men in their workplace to a party, the gay men would have to pretend to be straight so as not to arouse any suspicion, because if they openly admitted their sexuality, a lot of times they would get fired or discriminated against, which is, like I said, beyond fucked. Primarily men used to get women friends or people who are associates or something and got them to pretend to be their wives, girlfriends, or significant others so that the other straight men in the workplace wouldn't feel weird. And that is called a beard, because she acts as the manly thing to make the guy straight. That's the metaphor, that she is his beard and he looks straight and manly. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. You haven't heard the word or phrase in many a year, and for some reason, Lilly Singh decided to get up on stage today and use it as a derogatory term towards Joe Jonas. Nick Jonas. Fuck, I forget their names, eh? Yeah. Lilly Singh, in the same roast session, explained that she thinks that she's bisexual because of how they look, and also called one of them gay as a slur.
Nick hopes to someday have a Grammy, an Emmy, an Oscar, and a Tony. And he will. If he adopts 4 more dogs and names them
Dog do.
Lord, give me strength, for I pray that one day I will be able to sit through a Lilly Singh special without having the courage to jump off any bridge given to me at any time. Thank you. Amen. Just by the way, Lilly, if you wanted to roast Nick Jonas for the fact that he wanted to win an Oscar, Tony, Grammy, and Emmy, he's won none of that. The joke is him thinking that he would even get that. Can I say something? Lilly is somehow the best roaster in the show. Sure, she's the only one, but she's also the best. So even though I think that she absolutely sucks, she's still the best.
Hi, Joe. I didn't forget about you.
Thank God.
I mean, I did from 2008 to 2015, but not tonight.
What has Kevin been smoking? Where am I?
But in all sincerity, I am so honored to be here tonight and to be included as part of your family roast. Thank you so much for having me. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Kenan Thompson. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night.
It's not the no, but seriously, but it was close. I'm not gonna tick it, but that was close. Where she's like, I'm a really big fan of Kenan, not you guys. It's not the same, but it's sort of the same.
Lilly Singh, everybody.
Thank you.
Great job, great job.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, give it up.
So then Lilly Singh speaks her piece and leaves into the crowd, and
Never returns.
which you'd think would be the greatest thing of all time. But it actually gets worse from here. I'm not gonna lie, I would have loved to see Lilly Singh do more. Yes, she's bad, but she's entertainingly bad. The other people are painful. I'm gonna make you sit through it now.
Dad, how you feeling over there? You hanging in there? I know these are your children.
They're my children.
I hear you.
My children.
Now, nice.
Did I miss a joke? Kenan looked at their dad and he's like, these are your children. And his dad factually was like, they are my children. And Kevin was like, they're children. Kevin knows he's adopted or some shit, bro. I'm not sure why he laughed that hard at a factual statement. This man is either popping Xannies in between sets or his humor is so easy to make him laugh. He's like a kid. If you dangle keys in front of him, he's like, damn, that is good. All right, Kevin.
And then they built a bear out of Kevin's old sideburns.
I listen to the Jonas Brothers every time I'm in a supermarket. A Little Bit Longer is both my favorite album and it's what Sophie wishes Joe's penis was.
Hey, easy.
Winter is coming, but Sophie, not so much.
Pete, you can't talk like that.
Ever heard the song Roller Coaster?
No more interruptions,
Okay,
all right?
okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Pete Davidson comes out and does a couple jokes. Pete Davidson's always good. But the thing is, they don't leave him on for long. They just tell him to sit down and then he goes away.
Priyanka Chopra.
Thank you guys for being such a warm room. This is amazing.
So then Kenan Thompson brings upon one of the wives, Priyanka Chopra Jonas, famously married to Nick Jonas. I could not get their names right. Basically, she's like Lilly 2.0. It's pretty uneventful and the jokes are quite
His brothers whose names I can never remember.
humorless. She takes a lot of time to talk about herself and then leaves. She also makes a Chris Hemsworth joke. I'm sorry,
Nick and I have a 10-year age gap.
Yeah.
We teach each other things. He showed me how to use TikTok, for example.
Yeah.
And I showed him what a successful acting career looks like.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
It's that face that sums it up for me. After she says a joke and then pops her face out and is like... Priyanka Chopra, I don't know much about her career in Bollywood, but in Hollywood it is not great. You guys are pretty even on that. Maybe both of you could star in Fast and the Furious 10. I'm furiously fast in my wheelchair. Priyanka Chopra is not a comedian. Someone wrote them jokes and she said them. Like an actress. Serviceable at best. We don't get Chris Rock to play Abraham Lincoln. I would hate to hear Daniel Day-Lewis trying to make me laugh, and I would hate to hear Chris Rock play Abraham Lincoln. Seriously. I don't think any of that's gonna work. There's certain jobs that are just made for certain people, and none of these people are made for the job.
They're forever on Instagram. All of them combined still have less followers than me.
Yeah, motherfucker, you're from India. There's 1 billion people there. There's 4 times as many people than there are in the USA. Are you kidding me? Did you know simple math? Oh, I'm so sorry that I'm coming off as like mean today. I really am. I wish Lilly was back. Oh, Lilly, how you came and you left me and joked some things, but I sent you away. Oh, Lilly, then you came and you made some bad jokes again. But I need you today, oh Lilly. Please come back. We need you.
One of the things I love about my husband is how much we have in common. We're both obsessed with Nick Jonas. We love Nick Jonas.
Big Dick Nick.
He's our favorite.
He's our favorite. It's true.
Kevin likes repeating things that other people say. He's our favorite. And then Kevin's like, yeah, he is our favorite. Kevin, don't do the accent, please. Sorry, what are you talking about? Kevin, seriously, it's racial, bro. Sorry I can't change. I don't know how to. Man, I need some spice. I need Kevin to start doing Indian accents. I need something to happen in this damn show.
I wouldn't want to be married to anyone else, guys. I'm serious. Unless, of course, Chris Hemsworth suddenly became single. Since we got married, people questioned our marriage, right? They were like, oh, it's a publicity stunt. I didn't even know how famous Nick was. All I knew was that he was Kevin Jonas's baby brother.
Is that the appropriate reaction, Kevin? What did you smoke today, bro? All I knew is that he was Kevin Jonas's baby brother. And then Kevin's like, yeah, this is how baby brothers work. Just flex on these hoes. Kevin, what the fuck does that mean? How does that equate to you being a brother? You want to see brother? Kevin, what the fuck are you doing?
We're the only couple who doesn't have kids yet, which is why I'm excited to make this announcement. Sorry, babe. Nick and I are expecting to get drunk tonight and sleep in tomorrow.
Oh my God, I got bamboozled. Damn, I am so surprised.
She's like Lilly Singh's auntie. They're like the same fucking humor. Priyanka Chopra is so... She makes me want Lilly to come back. I'm so sorry, Lilly. I miss you. Come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Priyanka Chopra Jonas.
After that, we have a surprise guest, John Legend, who sings a song for them, which, honestly, probably one of the best parts of the night. I don't know if I can show it, so I'll make it really wonky, but here it is. Basically, John Legend explained how they're not the Beatles. Very true. That was the only part I thought was great. Shortly after that, this happens.
The Jonas Brothers went down to the brand new home of the Los Angeles Rams to see which one of them sucked.
Tom Brady's gonna help us kick these balls.
What's up, Jonas Brothers?
They have a skit in the middle of a roast again. It's the most self-indulgent shit, and Kenan Thompson plays Tom Grady.
Tom.
I just skipped past this because this is just absolute crap.
And I am the winner. All right, let's get some nachos, man. Oh, man, come on, man. I think we're done here today. You had one more challenge. If you could overcome sucking Franklin Jonas.
Hi, it's me.
Pete Davidson comes out again, dressed as the other Jonas brother.
Definitely Franklin Jonas.
Frankie, but then he does some humor, and Kenan says, get out, and then he tells Kenan to fuck. Then he says, fuck you, Kenan, and leaves.
Kid Brock!
No, that's okay, Pete. We appreciate it. You can't just walk up on the Jonas.
Who's Pete? I am Franklin. Fuck you, Kenan.
Like, honestly, I wasn't even going to show you the rest of this roast because it's so bad. But then, my life changes. We have a surprise guest. Someone who I've waited to see my whole life but didn't think that I wanted to in a roast. Who? You know exactly who. It rhymes with Dr. Pull.
Hey, KT! I can smell you with my mind, Kenan.
Dr. Phil?
And let me tell you something. This motherfucker has been smoking, snorting, and sucking all night. He is high as a kite, probably out of his mind drunk, and I don't know if he knows where he is right now. Because every time Dr. Phil says words, it sounds like he had some of that Breaking Bad meth. Just listen to his speech pattern and the way that he talks. Here it is, Dr. Phil McGraw, baby.
What are you doing in the exclusive Jonas Brothers Executive Lounge?
I'm a doctor. And as a doctor, it is my absolute obligation to insert myself into all family drama.
Why is this guy screaming like that? What was that pause between I'm a doctor?
I'm a doctor, and I am performing surgery on everybody. I need some of that meth, Kenan.
I suppose you did take an oath.
It's an oath that I honor every day of my life, Kenan. And I've been watching this roast with my trained eye.
Dude, what have you been drinking?
Kenan, I've been watching this roast with my trained eye.
I've never seen Dr. Phil be less composed.
Roast are just damn mean. We teach people how to treat us. And if you believe you deserve to get zinged, you're gonna get zinged.
Good advice, Dr. Phil.
If you believe you're gonna get shot, boy, you gonna get shot. I'm Dr. Phil, I think. I can't feel my face, can't feel my hair, haven't since 1963, and I don't really know what the Jonas Brothers are, but they paid me, so here I am.
Yeah, but
I'm
Dr.
not done, Keenan Thompson.
Oh, easy. All right.
Let me tell you about the Jonas Brothers. It's always easier to tell people what they want to hear instead of what they need to hear. Let me tell you what they need to hear. They're not good enough for any of these wives. It is my absolute obligation to insert myself into all these wives. It's just unbelievable.
Your son is here. What's up, Jordan?
Suck it, Dad.
I told you it's Dr.
I'm assuming they got Dr. Full here on the pretense that he could bring his son to sit down and watch the Jonas Brothers. I don't know, but Dr. Full is out here just...
Let me tell you about the Jonas Brothers. What you need to do is get back. Your wife is do pretty for you. Jonas, I like One Direction. I have one erection. And I can't stand. My son, also, I can't stand up because I have a boner. Robin ain't gonna be happy. Oh, I'm on the come down now, Keenan Thompson.
Dr. Full he's just coked out of his mind. I'm so glad that he's here, though. He saved me from boring myself to death.
You know what? All of you boys are beyond my help. You are 100% fucked and I'm out of here.
Dr. Filthy.
And that's how he leaves. You boys are 100% fucked and I'm leaving. And then he poofs into thin air. I don't even think he had lines written. I think he just came there, found a seat, said some shit, and left. He probably thought this was an episode of his show.
Let's get filming right now. You guys have problems. Fuck it.
And then left.
Danielle Jonas. I've lost my voice, she says. That's sad. Oh, no.
Baby girl.
Then they have Kevin Jonas's wife. I got that one right. I know Kevin. He's the stupid one.
At least I had a voice to lose, unlike Kevin. Yeah. Who sings backup vocals. Yeah, yes, he does. Yeah.
Then she doesn't actually want to speak, so she gets Keenan to roast Kevin Jonas.
Maybe you could do it for me. Me? Yep, of course. Roasting.
Yeah, it goes about as well as you think at this point.
I basically ignored him the whole time, which he loved because he said it reminded him of his mom. Bing! What? I love you, Kevin. I want to walk her back to her seat.
Then Kevin Jonas tries to kiss Keenan, and Keenan's like, eh. Then they get this comedian called Jack Whitehall, who I'm not really sure about. I listened to his set. I didn't find it too funny. So instead of listening to what he has to say, I just edited this. Have fun.
What an honor it is to be here. Now, I must warn you, I do come... Oh, yes. Balls. I am quite... Yes! Woo! Yes!
That was pretty much his contribution to the set, so that's great. The last part is the Jonas Brothers roasting themselves, though.
And it's time for brother to take on brother.
First, we have Kevin, the oldest one.
I need to get run over by a car. That's it.
And since he's in Vomit Green, let's see what he has to say.
What's up, everybody? Joe, I know you roasted.
Kevin Jonas, everybody.
I love all the music you've created with DNCE. From your biggest hits of Cake by the Ocean.
You know, I would laugh if it wasn't true. Like, this is just painfully accurate. The music is shitty. They even know the music's shitty, and yet they were able to sustain and have a fruitful career, which just goes to show you how unfair some things are in life. I'm not gonna lie, if you're a certain color and your music is not up to standard, you're not gonna do as well. But somehow dance did. Kevin's right.
Nick, don't look so terrified. Haven't seen you this down since I asked you to be on Married to Jonas.
Oh my god, I forgot that was a thing. They had that show, Married to Jonas, with him and the wife. It was like the Kardashians. It's exactly the same. One pretty one wife. I never watched the show, I'll be honest with you. I don't know why I would want to watch that. I don't even know who this guy is still.
You can sing, you can act, you can threaten to quit the band once again. I'm not scarred from that at all.
Why does it sound like a therapy session? Why don't you take it up with your therapist? They're from New Jersey. Bon Jovi came from New Jersey. Bruce Springsteen, New Jersey. So you have some great things come from New Jersey, and then you have this.
I'm not scarred from that at all.
This fucking roast was so bad, only their father turned up. Their mother didn't turn up. She was like, fuck it. I'm sorry, what? You're having a roast, are you? Well, it's Sunday, and I want to go to Ross to shop. So, also, I'm bringing your little brother with me. He does not care about this shit. You take your dad.
All roasting aside, I am so glad that I wasn't a solo act. It has been the greatest joy of my life being your big brother.
Are these guys' egos that fragile that in between every joke you have to reassure them that you are joking? You guys are brothers. You can say things and actually be okay with it. You know who really should roast each other? The dudes from Oasis need to roast. They need a fucking wonder wall between them to actually coexist. Joe Jonas comes out, and a lot of the jokes people didn't laugh at. At this point, I was getting really bored of the special. What I did was I cut out all the moments of laughter. I put some scary music over it. And at this point, this is basically Joker sequel trailer. Have a look.
Kevin, you've always been the first at everything. He was the first to get married. He wore a lot of scars, and sometimes he would get lonely. Our first album we ever recorded, Kevin spent a suspicious amount of time in the bathroom. Hi, Nick. Nothing has changed with Nick since we were kids, even the size of his tiny wiener. Nick, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be a band. We would just be three brothers who loved each other, and Nick has always been the most serious one in the family. More adult than any of us, I gotta tell you that. Even now, Nick is 10 years younger than his wonderful wife, Priyanka, who's in the house. Oh, this is so fun!
Drop the mic, man.
Last but not least, we have,
Keenan!
Great job.
the one who sings Bacon song. I forgot his name. Nick.
Big Dick Nick.
He finishes the show.
So thank you all so much for coming to witness the Jonas Brothers family breakup. You know, the last time we did this was way less funny. Pete Davidson wasn't here, I'll tell you that much. And Netflix didn't even pay us. We broke up for free.
Don't remind me. Sorry, not falling asleep. The only Nick I like is Ocado.
I can hear you.
No, but we're not breaking up yet. I promise. After the band split, we're all able to grow and follow our own passions. Joe started his band DNCE, which is amazing.
Speaking of which, why are none of the members from DNCE here? Hey, can you guys come to roast me? Oh, look at the time. Oh my god, it's Tuesday. You don't have a watch. Also, watches don't tell the day. Yeah, no, can't do that. I have cake by the ocean. Honestly, how did everybody that you know pull out? Where are half the people? Where are your friends? Does Kenan Thompson know any of you? I feel sorry for them now. This is not a roast. This is just abysmal.
When Kevin was starting his family, he had to put his side business on the back burner for a while. And what was his side business, you might ask? It's a male escort service.
What?
Yeah, that's an appropriate reaction. What? Your brother was a prostitute, was he? I mean, I'm not sure if this is a roast, but this is a hell of a story. How do you know your brother was a prostitute? Did you hire his services? What happened, bro? What?
He remained pure. He just did mouth stuff.
Oh, okay. Your brother was sucking people off on the side of the road, was he? Not sure if that's a roast. Also, your dad's like sitting over there.
Sorry, Dad.
Weird thing to say about your brother. My sister used to be a prostitute. She spread her legs so wide you could enter her head first. Oh, God.
But it's cool, Kev. You milked that for all it was worth. You played it well, sir. But you know, it was around this time that you really started coming into your own. Hand.
My brother was a prostitute. Jokes used to jack off into his hand. How do I know that much about my brother? Who do you think was joking him off? I mean, is this funny? Making jack-off jokes at your brother? I've never seen it done before. I thought they were from Jersey, not Alabama. Jesus.
Joe, on the other hand, was a male escort, only nobody was paying him.
He called his other brother a prostitute. Like, what is going on? You know you have to write these roasts? You have to sit down and be like, here's what I got. Here's some dirt I got. You can't make up stories. I can do that in that case. You know Joe used to ride hot air balloons butt naked till he crashed one into Scandinavia? He ruined the economy. What a bitch. I'm joking, of course. He didn't do any of that. And you know Kevin? Remember that time he chopped that guy's arm off? And when the guy said, lend me a hand, he laughed? And then he pooped on him? I don't remember that because that didn't happen. But like, it's a roast.
We're getting you. Roast.
I've never seen someone make up stories in a roast before, and I've never seen someone call both their brothers prostitutes.
You dirty man whore, you.
But this is the level of comedy that we're dealing with. When in doubt, call someone a prostitute. I guess that's what we learned today.
You had your show Married to Jonas with your wife Danielle, and you were on one whole episode of Celebrity Apprentice until Donald Trump fired you. And that is actually the only thing Donald Trump and I have in common.
I was everybody.
And that is how the show ends. He makes a Trump joke, then says we're not breaking up, just to reassure the brothers that they're in fact staying together. The Jonas Brothers are like the Bee Gees. Unlike the Bee Gees, I don't want to stay alive. I have night fever, probably day fever, and also other types of various ailments from watching this shit. I'm feeling a lot of emotions right now. I'm doing Bee Gees humor at the end of a Nick Jonas video.
It's real BG hours, bitch.
Well, this has left me scarred, and I don't ever want to see Netflix do another special like this, but if they do, I guess someone tell me about it, call me. This video was supposed to be a roast of Lilly Singh, and at the end of it, I ended up being the one getting roasted for even watching television. At the end of the day, I want to say this. Like, Jonas Brothers are fine. I'm sure they're great people. Lilly Singh, probably a good person. Was this necessary? Did we need to see some big egos get hyped up and then tore down? No. I don't know why exactly the Jonas Brothers thought in 2021 at the end of the year they needed a roast video, but that's what happened. They only managed to get one member off One Direction because all of the other members are actually doing things. And really, I don't know where their friends went. It doesn't seem like anybody actually wanted to come. So it was a horrible experience, and the highlight of it was, of course, Dr. Phil being high, as well as Lilly Singh making her classic jokes again, which she did at a high velocity speed. I wish she was there for longer, honestly. In closing, I'd like to say, I think roasting is like a tradition. I think it's great. I always love to see a good roast. I think the idea of roasting's fun. And if you guys want to see what a really good roast is, go to the roast of Charlie Sheen and look at Patrice O'Neal roasting people.
Tiger blood, he's selling his own blood to make money.
They told a guy a few days before that he was going to come on and roast Charlie Sheen. He didn't know any of the people there, and whatever he wrote down, he threw away as soon as he started talking, and just went off the cuff and absolutely obliterated people.
You're a fucking asshole, Captain Kirk. What are you talking about?
It was funny, it was true, and it basically gave a knockdown to Hollywood, because the thing that I don't like about roasts, at the end of the day, those people get to go home and sleep in their king-size beds in their mansions. It doesn't really affect them. So every now and again, when you have someone raw, real, and like Patrice O'Neal, he speaks for the masses and the crowds who just want that one moment of peace, sanity, and I got your back. We just needed that. And what we got was wives and other brothers roasting each other and then telling each other that it's okay and really they love them. It wasn't a roast, it was just a waste of time. But anyway, that is the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Lilly, if you're watching this, please never stop roasting. I'm so sorry that I ever thought you were gone. I missed you. Please get another show and make your men jokes and your bisexual jokes. I'll be here. I like it. I missed you. And I hope that you are doing well in your green shitty suit. Take care, everyone. Get yourselves a green suit. Let's all green screen each other. And I will see you on the next one. I'll roast you later. Bye-bye.
One night, baby, is on anybody encore. Two-tone, maybe I'm ball just like a down for 3 more women that call me till you get insecure. 4, 5 on me if you walk out the door. Relax your mind, then in my life, baby, maybe in time I'll come back to your love, and you know it.